Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Chad Shanks, the Bike-Geek, coming at you from Neighborhood Bicycle Shop. And this is the Sentir race in Bixby, Oklahoma. This is the Masters race. I think this was in late July, and I've just been sitting on this footage. I just haven't gotten around to making a video of it. But it's wintertime, and I thought, what the heck, let's put this out. So we're getting started here. This was a super fun course. I really appreciate Sentir Racing putting this on, and I love this course. The turns are wide and fast, and just you could go super fast on it. You could go curb to curb and pedal pretty much all the turns. So I really enjoyed this course. I hope we get to race on it again. It's at a high school, I think. And it's the weekend, so nothing's going on there. So I'm not sure if they've got a connection there or how they got that done, but really cool course. Anyhow, so I apologize. I did overlay the data in my first render, but for some reason the file seems to be corrupt. Not really sure what's up with that, but I couldn't get the speed to work, and then I couldn't get the power to work, and so I just abandoned it. But I can assure you it was a tough day for me and for Troy. So I got one teammate in the field today. That's Troy Cowan. We later did the 3-4 race together as well. This race was earlier in the day, and yeah, he worked his tail off today for sure. So yeah, it was a good day. But we're early on. We've got some unknown rider. Looks like he rides for probably BMC, aka Walmart, which is an Arkansas team, obviously. He took a first lap flyer. Not sure who he is, but it did not work for him. Bixby-Masters shuts him down. And surprise, we've got a dark horse here today, Todd from BOT. Totally caught me off guard. I just haven't seen Todd out racing for a long time, and he's been doing a bunch of ninja training and came out with two guns blazing, which you'll see a little bit later. Good job, Todd. Hope you stay motivated this winter as well. So yeah, it was really good to see. And there's some other hitters in the race. We got Dan Larson there today, Eric Franklin, both Cat 1 riders, super strong, and my buddy Trey Coursey's out here today. And Trey, big shout out to Trey. If you don't follow his channel, make sure to subscribe to his channel. He covers a lot of the Cat 4-5 races and the Masters B races for now. Trey's a bit of a success story. He's dropped a bunch of weight and can push a pretty big gear now. So he's kind of fun to watch, and he helped me get started with making these YouTube videos. He's just a wealth of knowledge. He's much better at it than I am, that's for sure, but he gave me enough ammo to make myself dangerous and get started in this endeavor, which I really enjoy. So thanks, Trey. Make sure to follow his page also. But I did pull a clip from his camera. He's GoProing also, which you'll see a little bit later. And I'll make note of it. So we've got a little bit of a separation going. We've got some disparity between fitness levels in this field. It's a Masters race, so you've got everything from Cat 1s to Cat 5s. So kind of just an interesting mix of kind of riders out in the field. So you'll see some interesting tactics coming into play throughout the race today. Bob doesn't have any teammates. Not sure where his teammates were on the day. I know that there's quite a few Masters riders for Sound Pony, so they pretty much left Bob high and dry. And he's out here just having to battle it on his own. So we got a counterattack going with old Daniel Larson, aka the Swift Master. So he's going to go, and you're going to see Troy's covering him there. We know don't let Daniel go. He is slippery. He's a time trialist by nature. He can just put out huge amounts of FTP power. So if you let him get 20 bike links on you, he's pretty much gone. He'll check out. So Troy makes a counterattack. Like I said, Troy's going to work his butt off today. And Bob goes with him because Troy, everyone knows old Spartacus. You can't let him go either. So we'll see a counterattack, and I'm going to jump to Daniel's wheel. This is the benefit of having a teammate right here. I don't have to close that gap. That's going to be on Daniel to do that. And so I'm just going to take that free ride up and let Troy slip away. So it looks like they're going to get a bit of a separation here. So this is good for me. I don't want to have to do too much, but we did want to be animated in the race. We didn't want to just kind of sit around and not let, not try to make things happen. We always like to actually, when we show up, we race our bikes. So we definitely wanted to animate the race, but there's no sense in me going up there right now. So I'm just going to sit on, follow wheels, and let this just happen. So we're pretty early in here. We're only about 6.5 minutes into the race, roughly. So I think a lot of people are just really hesitant. This was a 40-minute race, so we've still got a half hour plus of racing to do. So I think a lot of people were just looking to be a little bit more conservative in the beginning, because Bob and Troy are definitely a strong duo. If that would have been later in the race, I'm sure somebody would have tried to go across to him and probably make something happen. Here goes Dan again, so I'm just going to immediately follow. And everyone responds immediately. There's Eric Franklin. He was a little bit late starting today, but they let him start anyway. So, and I'm saying, hey, there you are. Nice to see you. I saw his name on pre-reg, and he must have had to hit the porta potty one more time, I guess. So with Eric there, it's definitely going to make the day more difficult. He's a super powerful rider. I believe he's a Cat 1 now, I want to say. We knew that there was already a pretty decent amount of horsepower there, but Eric definitely kind of changes the tide a little bit. When he wasn't on the start line in the very beginning, we were like, all right, sweet, that makes this a little bit easier. And then he showed up after the second or third lap, and we're like, okay, well, I guess it is going to be difficult. But that's okay. I mean, no one wants to just have an easy day on the bike. That's why we go race our bikes. All right, so we've been chugging along for the last couple of minutes, and nothing's really been happening. And if y'all know me, then you know I'm not very patient if everyone's just kind of chilling. So I'm definitely going to start looking for opportunities. Give it up, slam it, jam it to the pump up, pump. Pump up, pump, slam it, jam it to the pump up, pump. Pump up, pump, slam it, jam it to the pump up, pump. Pump up, pump, slam it, jam it to the pump up, pump. Pump up, pump, slam it, jam it to the pump up, pump. Pump up, pump, slam it, jam it to the pump up, pump. Pump up, pump, slam it, jam it to the pump up, pump. Pump up, pump, slam it, jam it to the pump up, pump. Slam it, slam it. Get funky. It's a good thing that there weren't any UCI officials on today, because I would probably get a penalty for that. When I look behind me and sneak a peek, I see that they're all in single file line, so I know they're chasing hard. It's a good sign and a bad sign. So it's a good sign because definitely you're turning the screws, but a bad sign because that probably means they're motivated to bring me back. So I'm just hoping that Troy's getting a good draft right now so that he'll be able to go, because inevitably when you get caught from a solo effort like this, you're probably going to get counterattacked. If they're smart, that's what they'll do. And if you look out the side there, Bob decides to try to make a separation and Troy goes with him. Smart move on Bob's part. But everyone else motivates just right after that, and the pack comes back together. They've got some speed, so they're just going to go right through me. And I'm going to attach on because there's still a bit of a separation, and an ideal situation would be for Troy and myself both to be up the road together. So I notice it's kind of split apart behind, so I'm going to try to jump on and get this free ride. Bob's taxed with the effort of really putting the pressure down since he doesn't have any teammates out here. But it's starting to come back together. So I just kind of open up a little gap for Bob and Troy there in case no one's motivated to go across to them, but they are. And that allows me just to kind of slot in a little bit more. I'm looking for Daniel because I assume that he's going to be a big player today. And that's about enough, so I slot back in. And I'm looking for that protected riding spot. Here goes Daniel. So I'm just going to follow him right on around. And we've got the separation now. And Dan knows better than to just drag a rider around for free, so he lets the pack come back. They're opening up a small gap for me, so I'll just kind of keep the pace rolling here. It comes back together, so I'm just going to go through this turn, probably swing out wide or come in inside, and just let everyone kind of filter around and reshuffle here. So we got a bit of a reset going. Dan makes a stab again, and I bet Troy's probably, there he goes. Yep, Troy knows, don't let Dan go. So sneak back in here, get a draft. There's definitely starting to be some tired legs in the field. If you look in the rear cam, there's a bit of a splintering going on back there. Get a little pinched here. There's some movement up in the front. And That gives Todd the opportunity to just kind of sneak away over there. I like this move by Todd. He didn't go all in. He'd got a bit of a separation. That gives him clean road ahead. And no one's really paying a lot of attention to him. He's newly active to the field, so he's not on a lot of people's radar. That's a perfect way to do that. And he just kind of sneaks out there, gives himself a little bit of a gap, and puts the heat on a little bit. So I'm looking for an opportunity, and I see one here, and I think I'll go outside. That'll shut the door on everyone behind and jump up to Todd. And then I've got some speed here, so I just get that last bit of whip and come around Todd. And I think he's expecting the pack to come, so he's like, where is everybody? And they're still coming, so I see a separation here, and I'm not a sprinter, so anytime I get a separation, I'll usually commit to it. And with clean road ahead, I just go curb to curb, keep the power on, and they hesitate for some reason. Troy's sitting in, and that gives me the opportunity to just start slipping away. So we are 19 and a half minutes into this thing. And you can see they're trying to figure out who's going to pull back there. Troy's not going to pull, obviously. I'm up the road. So now the work starts for Troy. He's got to shut down attack after attack, which we swapped war stories later, and that's exactly what he did. And I spend the next 20 and a half minutes off the front solo. So I had a pretty tough day up there. It was pretty hard going for sure. It was a little further out than I wanted to be for a solo effort, but in the end, it did pay off. So Troy spends the whole day covering attacks, and I just got to keep the power on, and I got it. 2021 Masters state champion, so I'll take it. All right, thanks for watching, y'all.